Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
The show started out as G-Men until Phillips H. Lords started butting heads with J. Edgar Hoover over the use of the G-Men logo, basically that reflected the FBI. So the program became Gangbusters back in the 30s, and it continued all the way into the 50s. This episode of Gangbusters was broadcast August 8th, 1953. Set a thief to catch a thief.
And now, in cooperation with police and federal law enforcement departments throughout the United States, CBS Radio presents Gangbusters. Gangbusters, the only national program that brings you authentic police case histories, has asked the Honorable John C. Hilley, former Assistant United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York and Executive Vice President of the Security Bureau of New York City, to narrate tonight's case. Mr. Hilley.
Thank you, and good evening, Gangbuster listeners. The doctrine of setting a thief to catch a thief has been practiced since the days of the ancient Greeks. It might seem distasteful to some not engaged in law enforcement work or prosecution that it is often necessary to use the evidence furnished by one co-conspirator to convict another. But as there are degrees of guilt in a crime, it is frequently a matter of public policy to give consideration the way of lighter sentences or even probation for the cooperation of the lesser lights in a conspiracy in order to apprehend and convict the major criminals. A good example of this is in tonight's case, which began in the city of New York not too long ago when Joe Bryn, an intercity truck driver, called on his girl at the modest home of her parents in Long Island City, just across the East River from Manhattan. Late in the evening, they were standing at the door saying goodnight.
Well, it's late, Katie.
Yeah, it is, I know.
Gotta get up early tomorrow.
Me too.
It's a long drive home. Well, good night.
Joey, wait a minute. Oh, honey.
Baby.
Oh, I wish we could get married right away.
We will, honey, soon. Just as soon as we get enough money together, we'll talk about it.
Good night, Joey.
I'll call you tomorrow.
Be careful driving home.
Get in, Joe.
Hey, what are you guys doing in my car?
Police officers, Joe. Get in.
Well, what do you want with me? I haven't done nothing, honest.
Get in.
All right, yeah, I'll get in.
Give me the keys.
Yes, sir. Hey, but look, you got to tell me what this is all about.
Just give me the keys.
Yes, sir. What do you want with me?
Tell me something, Joe. What kind of trouble were you in over in Jersey?
Oh, well, listen, I've been on a square since, honest. I mean, I've been working hard driving a truck. I'm going to get married. My girl lives in there. You got me wrong, honest.
Have we?
Well, listen, my girl don't know I was ever in the jam. I don't want her to find out.
You got to have a chauffeur's license to drive a truck, Joe.
I got one. I got it with me.
Keep your hands where they are.
Yeah, all right.
Why didn't you put it down in your application about what you did in Jersey?
Oh, now listen, fellas.
Listen to what? Why'd you give your cousin's address in Buffalo?
Oh, look, I couldn't have got the license otherwise. You know I couldn't have got it. I mean, I wanted...
What's the matter, Joe?
Hey, listen, let's see your identification, your badges or something.
Why?
I just want to see them. I'm entitled to it.
I asked you why.
Well, how do I know you guys are cops? You don't look like cops to me.
No, we?
No.
What do we look like?
Who are you, anyway?
We're not cops, Joe, but we've got a headquarters, and that's where we're going. See the chief.
Now, wait a minute. Let me out of here.
Sit back there, Joe. Just take it easy. We don't want to hurt you. Okay, move.
Yeah.
Oh, Artie.
Well, how'd you do, Mooch?
Everything's fine. He's outside with Zaki. I think he's going to be just the ticket.
All right, bring him in.
Yeah. Hey, you, Joe. Come in here. Come on.
Go ahead.
Hey, listen. Tell me what the idea is, will you?
Shut up. Get inside before I wrap you over the skull.
Yeah, all right.
Go ahead. There he is, Joe Bryn.
Sit down, Joe.
Listen, tell me what the idea is, will you?
Sit down.
Pour yourself a drink.
No, thanks.
Cigarette?
No, nothing.
Okay, suit yourself.
Hey, listen, guys, what do you want with me? Tell me, will you?
I hear you had a rough time over in Jersey.
Well, that was a long time ago. I'm shooting square now, honest.
He keeps telling me that. He must mean it.
You like your job, Joe?
Yeah, I like my job.
How about your girl? You like her?
What's she got to do with it? Leave her out of it.
You're in it, Joe. She's going to be in it. Unless you see fit to play a little ball.
What do you mean?
Just this. You're the guy that's going to help us hijack $1 million worth of whiskey.
I'm gonna what?
You heard him.
Now, wait a minute.
Keep quiet. You're here to listen, not to talk.
Look, I don't want anything to do with this kind of deal.
I told you to keep quiet. Okay. You cut loose again, Joe, you'll get this gun across the face. Wouldn't want to go out of here with a broken jaw, would you?
Now, listen to me, Joe. We know that truck run you work for hauls enough bottled goods to make us all rich. We're going out after some of that stuff. You're going to help us get it.
Look, you got the wrong guy. Honest.
Here he goes again.
For every load we knock over, your cut will be $2,000.
I don't want any $2,000.
Well, don't worry about that. We'll work out something.
Look, I don't want anything, nothing. I don't want that kind of dough.
You weren't ashamed of it over in Jersey.
Well, that was different.
You haven't got much choice, Joe. Take $2,000 a load. Otherwise, you'll have a messy accident. That could go for your girl, too.
What do you mean?
We know who she is and where she lives. We know how you feel about her.
Well, listen, this is between you and me. She's got nothing to do with it.
Maybe she hasn't. And maybe we wouldn't rough her up. But I don't think it'd be a good idea for you to risk whether we would or not.
To put it in plain language, Joe, you're in.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I am.
Now, listen to me, Joe. Don't get any fancy ideas about talking your head off to the cops. Because we got ways and means.
You've never seen such ways and such means.
I guess I got no choice.
Now you're getting sensible.
What do I have to do?
We'll be in touch with you. And there's a load of liquor coming through, just say so. We'll tell you what to do from there on in.
Okay.
All right, Joe. You're in. You're a partner. A silent partner. If you're not silent one way, there's always the other.
Honest, Joe, I don't know what's got into you bringing me to a joint like this.
I had to come, Katie. That's all there is to it. I had to meet somebody.
Who, Joe?
Somebody, just somebody, that's all.
Joe,
What?
you're in some kind of trouble.
Trouble? Me? Well, what gives you that idea, baby?
The way you've been acting lately, that's what.
Oh, no, Katie, I'm not in any trouble. I'm just sort of nervous, I guess.
What are you nervous about?
I'm nervous, that's all. Now leave me alone about it, will you? I'm sorry, Katie, I'm sorry.
All right, Joe.
Oh, there's a guy I have to meet.
Who is it?
Just sit here a minute, honey. I'll be back.
All right, Joe.
You're late.
All right, Joe, I was late, so what? As long as you were on time.
I didn't think you were coming.
Listen, Joe, you've been stalling for 2 weeks. The man is tired of excuses. The man says if you don't have that load of whiskey tonight, to give you the business.
I got a load.
Yeah? What?
900 cases of scotch.
What kind of scotch?
What difference does it make what kind of scotch? It's all the same.
We don't want any off-brands. Too hard to peddle.
I don't know what kind of scotch it is. The bill of lading says 900 cases of scotch. It doesn't say what brand.
All right. Who's the driver?
That's the trouble.
Who's the driver?
Me.
It's no trouble.
Look, you promised you wouldn't mix me up personal. All I had to do was line the trucks up. You promised me.
Yeah, but this is the first one you've delivered. We'll knock this one over. After that, all you have to do is finger the others.
But look, it's an awful chance.
You're the only one taking the chance, Bryn. When do you leave the terminal?
6 a.m. tomorrow.
Where's the stuff going?
To a warehouse in the Bronx. Straight up 10th Avenue in Amsterdam.
Okay. There's a cafeteria on 10th Avenue between 23rd and 24th.
Yeah, I know the place.
So stop there for a cup of coffee tomorrow morning.
Listen, that's against the rules.
Stop there anyway. Leave the truck parked outside. We'll handle the rest.
What about the keys? I can't leave the keys there. I have to take the keys with me.
Don't worry about the keys. Carry them in your pocket. We'll handle it without the keys.
Okay.
Just lock the truck up. Lock it up good and tight. We'll get in it. We'll get away.
All right.
And be careful driving. You got $45,000 in bottled goods on that truck. He's locking the truck, Zachy.
Yeah, I see him.
What can you do about that door handle?
Hey, stick the pipe around it. One twist and zingo.
There he goes in the cafeteria.
I don't know whether I trust this guy or not. I don't know how many cops are looking out for us. Liable to be 40 of them ready to jump on us.
Don't worry about it.
Who else is going to worry about it?
Come on, let's get the truck. Get that pipe handy.
Don't worry, I got it handy.
All right, go to work. Coast is clear. Be quiet.
I slipped. Okay.
Get in. Good. Get the ignition.
Give me the nippers.
Take them.
All right.
Come on, will you? Come on.
I'm doing it.
Get her out of here.
Just a second.
Come on, come on.
All right. She said.
Start it. Okay, move.
Back to Gangbusters in a moment.
August 8th, 1953, Gangbusters on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, more of Gangbusters, August 8th, 1953.
And now back to Gangbusters and Mr. John C. Hilley.
Well, Gangbuster listeners, that was how this truckload of liquor was hijacked on the streets of the city of New York. A few hours later, Special Agents Nelson and Thomas of the Federal Bureau of Investigation came to the office of the truck terminal where Joe Bryn was employed as a driver. They sent for him.
Come over here, Bryn.
Yes, sir. You the fellows wanted to see me?
That's right, Joe. We're special agents of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Our credentials.
Oh, thanks.
I want to talk to you about the hijacking.
Well, I told the cops all about it.
This is a federal case, too, Bryn.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
It's theft of an interstate shipment.
Oh, no kidding.
There's a few details we'd like to get cleaned up.
Yeah, okay. Anything you want.
How long have you been working here, Joe?
7 years.
Yeah, it's a long time. You ever lost a truck before?
No, never. You can ask up the front office.
We did.
Sit down, Joe.
Any place?
Anywhere, yeah.
You mind if I smoke?
Yeah, I have one of mine here.
Oh, much obliged. Thanks.
Joe.
Yeah?
You made a statement to the 14th Squad New York detectives this morning?
Yes, sir.
This a copy of it?
I left my house. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what happened, yeah.
Why did you violate the company rule?
What rule?
You stopped to eat before the truck reached its destination.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Well, I got to check in awful early, and I didn't have any breakfast, and the warehouse wouldn't be opened up by the time I got there. I didn't think it would hurt anybody. I mean, we all do it every day. They expect it.
But there's a rule.
I mean, nobody pays any attention to that rule.
Didn't you hear the truck driving off?
Yeah, but there's lots of trucks on 10th Avenue. I locked it good. I brought the keys back with me.
Okay, Joe, that's all for now.
For now?
We might want to talk to you later.
Oh. Well, thanks, fellas. I guess I better get back to work. I'll be seeing you, I guess.
Yeah, Joe, we'll be seeing you.
Well, Nellie, what do you think? An inside job?
Yeah, we'll see. If he was in on this hijacking, it was a sweet setup.
Yeah, it sure was.
We'll keep our eye on him in any case. Meanwhile, let's get busy on some of the other angles.
Joe,
What?
want to go to a movie? We can make the last show.
No, honey, not tonight.
How about George and Lil? They asked us to drop in.
I don't feel like seeing anybody tonight, honey.
Okay. The robbery couldn't be helped, Joey. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Don't you want to talk about it?
Oh, I've been talking about it all day.
Okay. I just thought it would make you feel better to tell me.
Oh, I'd like to tell you, Katie. I'd like to tell you lots of things. You're the one I should tell if I tell anybody.
What do you mean? What's the matter?
Look, Katie.
What?
Katie, what would you say if I knew that robbery was going to happen?
What do you mean you knew it was going to happen?
What would you say if I was in on it? If I got $2,000 for it?
Joe, you're crazy. What are you talking about?
I did.
You're crazy.
They threatened to kill me, honey, and kill you if I didn't. I know it's wrong, but I couldn't help myself.
Oh, you should have told me, Joe.
That's not all. See, I was in an awful jam once.
Oh, I've known that for months.
What? You have?
It didn't make any difference. It's what you are now, Joe. Oh, you should have told me.
Well, I wanted to, Katie, but I was scared. I'm still scared. I got the $2,000. I don't want it. What am I going to do, Katie? What can I do?
You're going to do now what you should have done in the first place. Those FBI agents and tell them the whole story.
Oh, but honey, baby.
Get the car started, Joe. You can tell me the rest on the way home.
Listen, Katie, you know what can happen to me?
Get the car started, Joe.
Yeah. All right.
There's no question Katie was right. You know that, Joe.
Oh, I know she was right, Mr. Nelson.
You should have come to us the minute you were approached.
Well, I was scared. They threatened me, and they were going to kill Katie. I didn't know what to do.
Well, that wasn't any reason to participate in the crime, Joe.
I told you. I knew I was wrong.
Well, if you know you were wrong, you want to do the right thing now, don't you?
Yes, sir. I do.
And the right thing would be to help us get the rest of these fellas.
Well, I'll help you if I can. But how can I help you in jail?
Well, Joe, I don't think we'll be disposed to file charges against you at the moment.
Oh, you mean I could go to work and everything like that?
That's right.
Oh, well, I'll help you get them if I can, Mr. Nelson, but I don't even know their names.
All right. Now, you just wait for them to contact you again. It might be a week. Might be 2 months before we decide to pick them up. We want two things.
Yes, sir.
We want a conviction on every robbery they've participated in, and we want the names of the people who are buying those stolen goods. They're just as guilty as the gang itself. So just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut.
Yes, sir.
I'll give you a telephone number where you or Katie can reach either Special Agent Thomas or myself, day or night.
All right, sir.
There's one thing more I want to know from you, Joan.
Well, sure, I can tell you.
How did they happen to pay you off with these $1,000 bills? Did you ask for it, then, Lee?
I didn't ask for nothing. They just gave them to me. You keep them. I don't want them. I don't even want to see them anymore. You keep them.
We intend to, Joe. We'll see if we can find where this money came from. A pair of $1,000 bills shouldn't be too hard to trace.
Come in. Well, Artie, we got Bryn. He's waiting in the other room with Zachy.
Bring him in here, Mooch.
Look, Artie, this guy's got a story. You might be okay. Listen to him before you fly off the handle. Huh?
Zachy saw him coming out of the federal building. To me, that means he's a squawker. Unless he can prove something different. Now, bring him in here.
Okay, I guess you know what you're doing. Come on, Joe. The boss wants to see you. Okay, it's set.
Look, I did your job for you. What's the idea of dragging me in here?
You answer the questions, Joe.
What questions?
What's the idea of squealing to the FBI?
Oh, wait a minute.
You were seen coming out of the federal building.
Yeah, what about that?
Listen, I was the driver of the truck you hoisted. They called me down there to answer some questions. Wasn't my idea. I had to go. You know I had to.
I don't know anything except what happened to squawkers.
I haven't said a word, honest.
Okay. I'll believe you.
I wouldn't squeal. You know I wouldn't.
I said I'd believe you. When you show me those two $1,000 bills I paid you off with, we know you didn't spend it.
What, now you mean?
Right now.
Well, look, I don't carry around that kind of dough. That would be silly.
You turned it over to the FBI, didn't you?
Oh, I didn't. I got the money.
All right, let's go to your house and get it.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute, nothing. Produce those bills. Then I'll think about believing you. Now, let's go to your house.
Well, the money isn't there.
Oh. Oh, it isn't, huh?
Hey, what are you doing? Put the gun away. Put it away, will you? Put it away, please.
You're lying.
I'm not lying, honest.
Clean or you'll get it right here and now.
Well, put the gun up, will you?
Where's the dough?
Somebody's holding it for me.
Who?
My cousin, Eddie Bryn. I gave it to him in an envelope to hold for me.
All right, we'll go to his house and get the envelope.
We can't.
Why not?
He lives up in the country near Buffalo. You know that. He runs a filling station.
Mooch, the car ready?
You're not driving to Buffalo tonight.
What do you think I'm doing? Tell Zachy to get it gassed up.
The weather's lousy out. Want to keep in the morning?
All right, keep until morning. We'll leave the first thing. Tell Zachy he can stay in New York and look after things.
Well, I guess you'll be around to pick me up.
Joe.
What?
You, don't think you're going out that door, do you?
No, I got to get some sleep.
Yeah, you can get some sleep. What sleeping you do, you'll do here. I got an idea that this time tomorrow you'll be asleep permanent. Well, Joe, getting near Buffalo. It's coming up.
Brother, what a ride. Who needed it.
Where is this place of your cousin's?
It's right here close, I told you. It's the first filling station the other side of the hill.
All right, Mooch, get a move on.
I'm gone.
I don't like wild goose chases, Joe. This better not be one.
It's not. He's got the money, honest.
Better have.
He's got it, I tell you.
We'll see.
At the place, Joe?
Yeah, that's it. I hope Eddie's there.
You mean there's a chance he may not be?
Well, he's not always there. He's got to take some time off sometime.
Why didn't you tell me that?
August 8th, 1953, Gangbusters on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. The conclusion comes up next.
You ever make a change and then think, why didn't I do this years ago? Well, that's how people feel about switching to Medi-Share for their health care, especially now with inflation the way it is. People are very happy with the savings. Most families save about $500 a month when they switch. It's a huge help when prices are going up so fast in so many other areas. And Medi-Share's customer satisfaction rate is double that of health insurance. It's just a different experience, and people really like that. Medi-Share is an alternative to health insurance. It's a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills, and it's been going strong for over 25 years. It really is the gold standard, the most trusted name in healthcare sharing. Find out why people love it. Find out why they rave about the customer service, and find out how good it feels to save some money right now. They're super easy to talk to. Here's the number, 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE, 833-34-BIBLE.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of Gangbusters, August 8th, 1953.
I asked you if I could call him to make sure. You wouldn't let me call.
The idea of this was it's supposed to be a surprise party. Now, look, Joe, I can't waste any more time. If he ain't there, you're cooked anyway.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, pull in.
I'll go in and get the money.
Wait a minute, Joe. I'll go with you.
No, that's not necessary.
It's not necessary for you to go out the back door of that filling station into the woods either, is it?
It's not that. It's just that he might not want to turn over the money to me if somebody's along.
He will if he's got it. Go ahead. Get it filled up with gas, will you, Mooch?
Yeah, okay.
Now let's find Cousin Eddie.
I know he'll give me the money, but supposing he's got it hid or something. Supposing he can't produce it.
It'll be just too bad for you, Joe.
Look, I don't want to get Eddie involved. Can't you just...
I'm tired of messing around. I want that dope produced, and I'll get it.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Joe. Inside.
There's Eddie.
Eddie, get the dough.
Well, hiya, Joe.
Look, I don't think there's much use going any further.
The envelope, mister.
Huh?
The envelope you were holding for Joe.
Hey, Joe, how's Katie getting along? Are you two getting married soon? How about that? You didn't tell me you were going to get married when I was down in New York.
Come on, cut out the whole home week and get the envelope, will you?
Eddie, this is my boss.
Well, I sure am glad to
Go
meet
on, make
you.
it snappy and get the envelope, will you?
Your boss sure is a boss, Joe.
Just get the envelope.
Well, I think I left it in the desk drawer. Yeah, here it is. Well, here you are, Joe. Just like you gave me.
Give me that envelope.
Hey, that belongs to Joe.
That's okay, Eddie. Give it to him.
If he says so. Take it, mister.
Guess I had you wrong, Joe. Here, take your money.
Give it back to Eddie. He'll keep it for me.
$1,000 bills. 2 of them. Never saw any of these before. Guess I never will again. I should have had these put in the bank vault, Joe. I guess I will now.
Come on, Joe. We got a long ride back to New York.
Hey, listen, aren't you going to stay for a bite to eat? I'll call up Blow Lunch. You'll spread out the table. We'll have a feast.
I guess we can, Eddie.
Oh, we got company coming for dinner, Joe. A couple old friends of yours.
Come on, Joe.
Thanks, Eddie, but so long.
I'm sorry you can't stay, Joe. Glad to meet you, mister.
Yeah. Go ahead. I had you wrong, Joe. I was hoping you'd be okay. Can't blame me for checking up.
No, can't blame you.
You and I are going to do a lot of business together. You know your way around those truck terminals. All you have to let me know is what's moving in and out and when. You'll be rich. All set, Mooch?
Just about. How'd it go?
Everything's okay. Hop in, Joe.
Oh, it's
better check you Look at him. Okay, I'll do it. Don't get this kind of service in New York. One guy wiping the windshield, the other guy checking the oil.
You fill her up with gas?
To the top.
Okay. Pay these guys off, we'll go. Oh, here he comes.
You can stand a quart of oil, mister.
Never mind, we'll wait till we get home.
I don't think you'll be going home. FBI, put those hands up.
Hey.
What's going on?
Just stay there, don't move.
Hey, what's the idea of the pinch?
Come on, get out of that car.
All right, take it easy. But you can tell me. You can tell me what's the matter.
Keep those hands up. Come on over here, Bryn.
Yes, sir. I'm entitled to know what's the beef. Just tell me what the beef is.
Nice work, Joe. You kept a cool head.
Well, the last thing in the world I expected to find here was that money. And you guys. I thought it was the end.
Well, Katie called us right away when you didn't show up for a date. We picked up Zachy and he talked. We had plenty of time to fly up here and plant the envelope with Eddie.
Well, thank heavens for that.
All right. Let's get back to New York. That's where Artie wanted to go. And I wouldn't think of disappointing him.
And that, gangbuster listeners, is how this hijacking case came to an end. The gang leader and his two principal Confederates were indicted on charges of theft from an interstate shipment by the federal grand jury for the Southern District of New York. They pleaded guilty in federal court and were sentenced to long terms, which they are now serving in various federal institutions. Joe Bryn assisted authorities in the prosecution, and charges against him were dropped. His participation in this case makes a very strong point, and that point is any citizen, even one with a former criminal record, who is coerced or threatened, should go immediately to the authorities. Your police and your federal agents are your friends. They will protect you and do everything in their power to put those criminals where they belong, behind bars.
Thank you, Mr. John C. Hilley.
August 8th, 1953, Phillips H. Lord's Gangbusters. Here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, an episode of The Adventures of Jungle Jim. This goes back to August 8th, 1936. Help from the Sky.
Presenting the adventures of Jungle Jim. Last week, while Shanghai Lil was warning Lin Fu that he would be the one to take the punishment if the Purple Triangle plot failed, Derek Bluger interrupted him with the news of a threatened civil war between the Canton and Nanking governments. He pointed out that all they would have to do would be to wait until it was going strong and then step in and take over control in the name of the Purple Triangle. While he was explaining this, a squadron of bombing planes flew overhead and dropped a note offering their services to the cause. Meanwhile, Bluger's trap worked to perfection. Jungle Jim and Kolo, with Lynn Chalmers, were captured in the hills. The thrilling adventures of Jungle Jim are pictured each Sunday in the Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. The Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors, is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. And now we continue our story. Derek Bluger, Shanghai Lil, and Lin Fu stand on the parade ground of the fortified headquarters of the Purple Triangle and gaze up at the screen of white smoke that was blotting out the newly arrived squadron of bombers. Waving that note that was dropped to him, Bluger calls to the unseen visitors.
Come to Earth, my little warbirdies. Come to Earth. I hope that smoke screen hasn't scared them off.
Well, I hardly think so, Derek.
Most unfortunate in so great a squadron of needed allies should be offended and fly away.
Would it be?
Would it? I'll say so. Here I've been at my wit's end to get a hold of enough money to buy and equip a new squadron of bombers and fighting planes, and now 12 government-built bombers are practically in my lap.
We'll be in lap when smoke screen blow over, Most High Superior. This great day for Purple Triangle cause.
You said it, Lin Fu. Why, we never could afford such a good squadron if we had to buy or build it ourselves. Every one of those planes up there are the finest money can get.
Yes, Most High Superior.
You don't seem to realize what a marvelous bunch of ships those are, Lil.
Oh, yes, I do. I'm a flyer myself, Derek.
Well, you don't seem to be exactly enthusiastic.
Don't I?
No, I shouldn't say your face is beaming with joy.
Oh, sorry. I must have forgotten to bring my beaming with joy expression in my makeup box.
Cut the wisecracks, Lil. I'm not in the mood just now.
Ah, smoke screen now blow over, Most High Superior. Can see squadron again.
Yes, and what a sight. 12 big all-metal jobs. Why, any one of them would make a headquarters for us.
Excellent, Most High Superior.
Say, that's an idea. A flying headquarters.
Shanghai Lil, what did I tell you? No one get ahead of Derek Bluger.
Well, not for long, anyway.
And that's no lie. They don't come any smarter than Derek Bluger. Why, it'll be a cinch. When we start taking over the Chinese national government, our flying headquarters can keep right at the scene of the entire revolution.
Quite right, Most High Superior.
We'll know how things are going every minute. No waiting for reports.
You have my utmost admiration, Most High Superior.
Well, what I want more is your utmost cooperation. And that goes for you, too, Lil. I'm getting a little tired of your standing off to one side and making sarcastic remarks.
Thanks. For nothing.
Yen Sing, signal a clear field for our visitors to land.
At once, Most High Superior.
Look, Shanghai Lil. Does not your heart thrill at such perfect formation flying?
They certainly can fly all right. Oh, but why shouldn't they? They're Army flyers in Army planes.
Ex-Army flyers and ex-Army planes, Lil. You seem to forget they're deserters from the Canton Air Force.
Who says they are?
Why, they do in this note here.
They say?
Yes.
And you're going to take their word for it?
Why not? If they weren't, they'd never risk flying up here.
I agree, Most High Superior.
Oh, you do, Lin Poo. And you two call yourselves smart officers. Why, a Boy Scout troop leader wouldn't let them land in his camp without getting more credentials and assurance of why they're here.
Shanghai Lil.
What do you expect them to do, Lil? Drop their passports and photos?
No, Derek, but if I were running this sheep bang, I'd get up there in a plane and look them over for myself.
What for? We can look them over just as well after they land and without so much trouble.
Is that so? Pretty sure of yourself, aren't you? How do you know you may not run into plenty of trouble after they land?
For instance?
For instance, how do you know that each one of those planes isn't a bomber converted into a passenger plane?
Shanghai Lil.
It may be a trap for you, Derek.
Oh, a trap. Don't try to be melodramatic, Lil.
Melodramatic? Remember the wooden horse of Troy with soldiers in it?
Yes, but that has nothing
Well,
to...
those 12 planes may carry men with machine guns. They may capture this hideout of yours before you can get your defense guns turned around on them.
Most High Superior. Shanghai Lil voices likely suggestion.
Yes, she would. I never thought of that.
You wouldn't, Derek. That's why you need me around.
What we do, Most High Superior. Signal already given for strange planes to land.
What'll we do? We'll send up another smoke screen, of course. Yen Sing! Hung Yen! Get another smoke screen going up and get it going up fast.
At once, Most High Superior.
I'm afraid you're too late, Derek. Here's the first plane of the new arrivals landing now.
Meanwhile, Jungle Jim and Lynn Chalmers, with Kolu trailing behind them, are being brought back to the Purple Triangle headquarters by Bluger's horsemen.
Well, Lynn, looks like Derek Bluger made the first score for his side. We're his prisoners, all right.
Yes, Jim. Oh, if only you'd listened to me and saved yourself.
Save myself. Why, you know I wouldn't leave you to Bluger's tender mercy, Lynn. We tried to escape this trap. We can comfort ourselves with that.
And I was trying so hard to miss you, Jim. You see, this is the second time Bluger sent me out for you.
What happened the first time?
They forgot to gag me, so I was able to lean forward and grab the reins with my teeth, turn the horse around, and practically guide him back to Bluger's hideout.
Clever girl.
I thought Bluger would think that his scheme had failed and give up.
But he got another horse and had you gagged and sent out again, eh?
Yes, and then you saw me.
Well, I can see I'm not dealing with a man who gives up easily. But I still think, Lynn, that since you've served your purpose, Bluger will release you.
But what's going to happen to you, Jim?
That's something I haven't the slightest idea about, and I'm not going to start worrying now. How you doing back there, Kolu?
Quiet, you.
All right, soldier, but you can't stop me from looking. Kolu seems to be making out all right, doesn't he, Lynn?
Yes. They aren't paying much attention to him. It's us they're interested in, Jim.
Yep. This is one time we get to play the star part. Gosh, this seems like old time, Lynn. Like the times back at Burrawanee when Lily DeVril had your father prisoner at her plantation house.
Lily DeVril? Jim.
Hey, what's happened?
Kolu's making a break for his freedom.
So he is. Boy, look at him run. Run for it, Kolu. Get into the hills.
Most High Superior, what we do?
What can we do but wait and see what our visitors are going to do?
Shanghai Lil, you may have correct answer. Look at way, stranger landing.
Yeah, not one of them has opened a cabin door.
You're right, Lil. Those that have landed seem to be waiting for the others. Looks queer to me.
Here comes last one. Now we see.
Yes.
Most High Superior! Most High Superior!
Here comes Yen Sing on the run. I wonder what's happened.
We'll soon know. Well, what is it, Jen Sing?
Most High Superior, message just received over radio. Announced 20 officers Canton Air Force have deserted.
What?
Everyone asked to look out for 12 bombing planes, which they took with them.
You sure, Yen Sing?
Oh, yes, Most High Superior. Canton government just broadcast announcement offer $20,000 for capture of each deserter.
Lin Poo, you hear?
Yes, Most High Superior.
Yeah, I heard. $20,000.
A reward for the capture of each deserter, huh? Well, I guess we know where we stand with these fellows if they don't obey my orders.
Here come leader of government squadron, Most High Superior.
So that's what they were waiting for. His plane was the last to land. Come on, Lin Poo, let's go meet him.
Yes, Most High Superior. Gentlemen, I am General Yang Si. Whom have I honor of addressing?
My name's Bluger. I'm head of this outfit.
General Bluger.
This is my second in command, General Lin Poo.
General Lin Poo. General Yang Si. I, Vice Commander of 4th Guangdong Army Air Force. Excuse, please. Should say was Vice Commander.
Yes. You said in your note here that you were deserted.
Yes, General.
You must have crippled the Guangdong Air Force when you left with those fine planes of yours.
Unfortunately, have not done so. Latest news received on radio say 20 new airplanes purchased abroad, creating 2 new air forces. Curiosity prompts me to ask, General Yang Si, why you have deserted? Most natural question, General Lin Poo. My comrades and I not participating in civil war between 2 governments of China. So, then what are you doing?
Be quiet, Lin Poo. I'll do the talking.
Excuse, please, Most High Superior.
General Yang Si.
Yes, General.
Just what is the situation between the Canton and the Nanking provinces?
War breaking out any moment, General Bluger. Generalissimo Wang Gaoyu commanded Canton Yuan-Tuan section Hankow Railway, transporting troops and military supplies. Passenger and freight service suspended.
I see. That does look like the boys down there in the southwest mean business.
Yes, General. Also, food shortage reported in Wuchao.
Wuchao, where's that?
In Guangxi, near Guangdong border.
Are you the only members of the Guangdong army to desert?
No, General Bluger. Other deserters have gone Shanghai by steamer from Canton. And another bombing plane, like these we have with us, lost somewhere on way.
I see. Well, what's holding up the fireworks? Why haven't they started the war?
Jealousy among generals in command. Yes. When settled, war commencing.
Do you suppose your comrades in Shanghai would be interested in joining forces with me?
Thinking so, General Bluger. If project proves interesting enough.
I'm sure it will. Tell your comrades here we welcome them. They have the freedom of our camp.
Many thanks, General Bluger.
Lil, come here.
What is it, Derek?
Lil, I want you and Lin Poo to fly down to Shanghai and sign up the rest of the deserters.
Yes, Derek.
High Superior.
The Purple Triangle Army can use every man, and you and Lil must deliver them.
Shanghai Lil and Lin Poo have hardly left the camp when Jungle Jim and Lin Chalmers are brought in by the horsemen.
The prisoners are outside, Most High Superior.
Good. I'll take care of the girl later. Bring in this Jungle Jim Bradley.
At once, Most High Superior. Our Most High Superior deigns to see Jungle Jim Bradley. This way, please.
I've been waiting for this interview for some time.
Ah, welcome, Jungle Jim.
Thanks.
Guard, you may take your place outside the door.
Let me congratulate you, Bluger, on the clever way in which you used Lin Chalmers as the bait for your trap.
You flatter me, sir. Let's get down to business. Why have you been spying on me?
Spying? Oh, no, Bluger. My business in coming here was to convince you, by force if necessary, of the foolishness of this plan of yours to conquer China.
My dear sir, nothing can stop the army of the Purple Triangle. I'm to be the first white emperor of China.
Your being an American might cause international misunderstanding.
With an awakened and aroused China behind me, I fear no power on earth.
The boast of an egomaniac.
You underrate me, Bradley. I'm a man of destiny.
I have overrated you, Bluger.
How so?
I thought you were a fool. Now I'm convinced that you're stark mad.
Fortunately, I can afford to laugh off your puny insults. I am master here, as you will soon find out.
What does Bluger plan to do with Jungle Jim? The adventures you have just heard dramatized are pictured in full-color action pictures in the Comic Weekly, the big Comic Weekly distributed with your Hearst Sunday newspaper everywhere. In the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure, you will find all the famous characters who live in the world of color pictures. They're Skippy and Bringing Up Father, the Katzenjammer Kids, Toots and Casper, Barney Google, Flash Gordon, and many, many others. Don't forget our date, next week, same time, same station, for a continuation of the adventures of Jungle Jim.
August 8th, 1936, The Adventures of Jungle Jim here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. And we thank you for making us a part of your day. Please thank this radio station and support their advertisers. It's their kindness and courtesy that allows us to be with you each and every time we roll around here on your favorite radio station. If you miss a day, though, you don't have to miss a single show. You can always hear our shows on demand at my webpage, classicradio.stream. There you can stream our shows on demand. You can learn more about building a classic radio collection of your own. You can find our social media links there. You can find all the places that we know our shows are available via podcast. And, of course, you can contact me. And if you're really happy and got an extra couple in your pocket, you can buy me a coffee. The Buy Me a Coffee money goes to help us procure great new classic radio shows. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. And would you do me a favor? Tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.